It's definitely one of the only ways to get better. You have to go on suicide mission. Cause it's like, well, like first off, everything is just like a suicide mission when we first start playing. So like everywhere you go, you're probably just gonna die. That's all you know. You're like, I'm fucking dying everywhere. And then you figure out the places that are safer to go. I could say things better. But yeah, I mean, like everything is just like inevitable death, like the vast majority of the time, and then you figure out like which places are safer and like how to travel, how to like stay by cover and concealment, and like you actually like know your way around at some point, and then you start like learning all of like the different angles that people can hit you from, like the sniper towers and stuff like that. But then so then you eventually develop like a safe money route where you're not just getting killed all the time, and like you're like picking up some kills and you can like get some successful raids, right? And then you're like you can do that and that's like improvement, and then you can do that for a time, but then it gets to the point where it's like, okay, now if I want to get better, then I should probably just go dorms over and over again and die, but like learn how to fight in dorms and like maybe get some like coaching on how to fight in that place, you know? Because like if I want to kick ass in dorms, and I gotta get better at that, and the way for me to get better at that at some point is just to do it over and over again, even if you die. So you're just like fuck it, onwards to death and learning, you know? Like, fuck it. It's like the only way. But of course, you know, you don't you don't go there with the intention of dying, because then you don't learn too much. You go there with the intention of living, knowing that you probably will die anyways, right? And then you learn what you could have done better and stuff like that. And like a lot of times, sometimes like less is more. Like if you did, I'm gonna stop talking for a sec. If you did like 1 a day as opposed to like 30 a day, you'd probably learn more so long as you if you either did it 1 time a day or 30 times a day every day for a year, you might actually get substantially better only playing once, at least starting out. Because the thing of it is, if you make 30 mistakes in a day, it's a lot harder to think about all the things that you could have done better 30 different times. But if you only did it once today, you might think about like that mistake you made all day, and then tomorrow whenever you play, you're gonna be thinking about that shit still, and you'd be like, I'ma not fucking do that, like 100%. So sometimes you gotta limit the amount of games you play just so you can focus on your mistakes, as long as you're like really trying to improve. But then there's like diminishing returns on that, so it gets to a point where like you've already learned a lot of those things, and now you just need to like practice and get taught like hours in, and you'll like learn shit, like advanced shit, just kind of naturally. But even then, it's still a wise idea to like limit the amount of like learning experiences that you have to mull over. What is this fella doing? I know where they are. Killer Tammys. It's pretty interesting. It seems like a lot of my games I'm getting like a bunch of new players to Tarkov is what it feels like, and like all of my games, which is like really kind of cool. I mean, it seems like a lot of people are just starting out, or like maybe they're playing like hardcore mode or something, but like it's not like absolutely everybody is just geared out the wazoo, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it also just might be my queue, because I'm not that far progressed in the tasks and whatnot. Like I'll have about as many kills as people like 10 levels higher than me, because I'll like neglect tasks for the sake of like getting better, rather than just like having fun or progressing through the storyline and getting like the best weapons. Just because I know that getting all the best gear won't help me if I just run out into a field like a jackass and like get shot like 30 times because I couldn't do anything about it, you know? So like I always had that idea with it, whereas like I'm not concerned with gear so much. Is that there, blood? Was that always there? That's graphic. Cool. I'm just not that concerned with like running the absolute best gear every game if I'm just not like, I don't know, adequately skilled for it. And in terms of like, a lot of that's kind of what gear fear is like, if you can't justify running the gear that, like spending all the money on like that kind of gear, it's probably because you're not good enough and you're just gonna die with it because like you made a mistake, you know what I mean? And so then it's like, but you just find good affordable shit that you can do like on a regular basis, and that's what you like used to get better with. And then at some point you'll get so good that you'll progress through the storyline and then like get access to that shit and actually consider it worth spending the money on. I think it's just a scab. Oh yeah, they could be up here. They'll probably push me if I was a player, because I just saw that. But I do run into geared people, like, all the time still. It's not, like, always, like, low levels, but it's, like, a lot of low levels. I feel like, mainly because people can't really grind for Kappa anymore, realistically. And, like, all the people that have been playing the game from the start have just, like, torn through the content that's like available in the game right now, and they don't have much to improve. And then all like the new people are still just trying to like be good at the game, and like they have like all this content to go through, and it feels like I'm playing like the game with a lot of those people now, which is kind of cool because like we're all like sharing that experience instead of just getting like completely destroyed by people who've like been constantly playing the game, you know. I don't know what it is, but I cannot find anybody, but I hear them all the time. Oh, seriously? I didn't clear the ground. That's them because I didn't clear them. GG. GG. Trying to extract. There's a lot. GG. E. A little too low on ammo for that maneuver, I just pulled. No thank you. So there might be an extra camper, but I doubt it. Never know. Gotta work on that one then. GG's. Corrected Timmy and some player scouts. It's kinda unfair for the player scouts though, because of how stacked things are. Because as soon as I see them, I know I'm gonna blast the shit out of them, and they're trying to figure out if like they can shoot me or not. So it's not really a GG, I just kinda wrecked the shit out of them. But still, they give you some good fights, you know, it's like a real player. Within reason, I don't know. It's kinda sad. I liked it a little bit more the other way. Whenever scouts are just chaotic as shit. I feel like that, like scav karma would probably be best in events. And they could even be like prolonged events for like a week at a time, there's scav karma. But then like, you know, offense is gonna like loosen up for most of the time. But like sometimes it's real important, we gotta hammer down the doing good thing concept, you know what I mean? I would like that. I think it's a cool idea. It just kind of hurts the competitive environment of like the circumstances is what it is. Yep. I didn't clear the ground. That's them because I didn't play there. GG. GG. Trying to extract. There's a lot. GG. Hee. A little too low on ammo for that maneuver, I just pulled. No thank you. So there might be an extra camper, but I doubt it. Never know. Gotta work on that one then. GG's. Wrecked Timmy and some player scouts. It's kinda unfair for the player scouts though, because of how stacked things are. As soon as I see them, I know I'm gonna blast the shit out of them, and they're trying to figure out if like they can shoot me or not. So it's not really a GG. I just kinda wrecked the shit out of them. But still, they give you some good fights, you know. It's like a real player. Within reason, I don't know. It's kind of sad. I liked it a little bit more the other way. Whenever scavs are just chaotic as shit. I feel like that, like scav karma would probably be best in events, and they could even be like prolonged events for like a week at a time. There's scav karma, but then like, you know, offense is gonna like loosen up for most of the time. But like sometimes it's real important. We gotta hammer down the doing good thing concept. You know what I mean? I would like that. I think it's a cool idea. It just kind of hurts the competitive environment of like the circumstances is what it is.